If you know me, then you know that Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba is one of those series that I absolutely simp for. If you've seen, I have a plushie, I got a figure, and I have all of the manga. And on top of that, I even have a volume in Japanese. That is how much I absolutely loved this series when I first watched the first season last year. The first season just absolutely blew my mind. This was when I was getting back into like the whole anime manga community. And after watching the first season, I researched the manga, realized it was ending in 2021, and I decided to just collect all of the manga. And when it was completed, I was going to just binge it all. My patience paid off. I'll tell you that. My patience definitely paid off. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys what I think about the Demon Slayer manga. Now, before I start giving you guys my thoughts, I want to say that a lot of people really disliked Demon Slayer for the most part, or really say that the manga isn't really that good compared to the anime. Now, granted, I do think the anime is better than the manga visually, but I still can say that the storytelling is done just as good in the manga as it is in the anime. I still got the same emotions, despite already knowing what occurs in the Mugen Train arc, because I watched the movie. When I reread it, I still got emotional from that moment. I think that the mangaka really does a great job of improving her ability as well as an artist and a storyteller. I think if you look at the artwork in the first volume compared to the later volumes, you can see that the styles improved. She doesn't stray away from the style that she's in, but she definitely makes improvements and makes it look much better towards the ending, especially during fight scenes and everything. Now, everyone in the community that has done a tier list has ranked Demon Slayer as about a C tier series. Now, for me personally, maybe it's my bias that I already have from my prior knowledge of watching this series. I can say that I definitely don't think it's a C tier. I think at best it's like a B plus tier. I rank it on my Annie list. Flame me all you want. I don't care. I have it at an 8.7. And that is merely because I absolutely could not put down this series. Now, the reason it doesn't get a 10 out of 10 and all of that is because of things that happen towards the ending. I think the ending should have happened about 2 to 3 chapters before it did. I think the ending, what happens after like the main like antagonist ending, it kind of threw me off for a loop. I'm not saying it was bad. I just think it could have ended before this new thing occurred towards the ending of the manga. And I'm not spoiling anything, so if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. But other than that, I think the artwork in the beginning was alright. It wasn't the best, but it definitely improves throughout the whole series. The characters I absolutely love. And on top of that, I just love the whole premise of a Demon Slayer. It's not one of those shonen cliches where he wants to be the best Demon Slayer in the land. It's nothing like that. It's not like, Asta wants to be the Wizard King, Naruto wants to be Hokage, Luffy wants to be the Pirate King. I have nothing against that cliche. I absolutely love that cliche because of the fact that people are able to make it their own and bring you on a different journey. However, I think that Demon Slayer straying away from that cliche actually helps it. I think it also stands out from the other series. Is its premise completely unique or like completely the best thing ever? No. I think it's pretty simple. It's just a guy who came back home one day from selling coal. His whole family was slaughtered by a demon, and one of his young sisters was turned into a demon. And his journey was basically becoming a Demon Slayer powerful enough to kill the demon who killed his family and turned his sister into a demon, as well as trying to get his sister into turning into into a human. So pretty much my favorite thing about this series has got to be how the mangaka is able to make every arc just get better and better. To me, I think that the best arc emotionally is probably the Mugen Train arc. And I think the arc, I don't really know the names of the arcs like that, guys, besides that. But like the Entertainment District arc was probably one of my favorites as well. And of course, the final arc with the final battle, of course, is one of my favorites. But like I said, I think every arc just improves and gets better and better. Like I said multiple times already, the mangaka really improves on their work. I thought it was a female, so if I said her already, then her, but I'm not really 100% sure, so I'm just gonna go with them now. So they did a great job, in my opinion, when it came to improving their own style and the storytelling. I do think that maybe the ending was rushed. I don't think it was too rushed. I think I was satisfied with how it ended. The last chapter could have been excluded, though. I kind of didn't like how the last chapter was kind of like the last chapter of Naruto, with like the whole like future generations thing. I just didn't like that, but it wasn't bad. It was kind of cool to see some things play out, like two of the Hashira, the snake Hashira and the love Hashira, and their relationship, and what happens at the end of like the main story, like what that last conversation they had together, and then you see it go into fruition in the future chapter. In the last chapter, you see what they were talking about in the future chapter, which I thought was beautiful as well. But other than that, guys, all I gotta say is I really thoroughly enjoyed Demon Slayer, and binging this series really just solidified my love for this series and genuinely made me really happy. Like, it genuinely made me happy to finish this series. It was worth the wait. I was very happy that I was just patient to just binge it all at once instead of just reading it weekly or something like that, because I feel like if I would have done that, I wouldn't have enjoyed this series as much. So the fact that I waited and everything really made me happy, and the patience definitely paid off. And my favorite characters in this series has got to be Tanjiro, Inosuke, Rengoku, Uzui Tengen, and then of course I do like Muzan. I think Michael Jackson's a dope singer, and the fact that the mangaka kind of made him look like Michael Jackson to me was hilarious. So yeah, this was definitely a dope story. The antagonist to me was dope. I just love the whole fight. All the fights were dope. Oh, and one of the things I love the most is, it may have seemed a little repetitive to the reader, but I actually enjoyed this aspect, was that when they killed a demon, especially when it was like a big time demon, like a big boss type of thing, they always go into like their backstory. And I love how like Tanjiro shows them some emotion and like kind of cares for the demons when they're going off. Like, he doesn't show them really hatred when they're dying, unless he already has like prior hatred for them because of events that occur. But like when it's a new demon that he's never encountered or have history with and they die, I just love how like he just stands there with them and just lets them go off and send off in like a nice way. And it helps them like repent for their sins in a way, and kind of ask for forgiveness to those that they see in the light as they're dying and going to hell. It's just, that was beautiful to me. It was genuinely beautiful, and I really love that. And I think that was a nice touch by the mangaka. Well, that's pretty much going to be it for this Demon Slayer review. I genuinely recommend this series for anybody. Will you guys rate this a B+ or an A? Maybe not. Again, this may be just my bias, but I think it's an overall good shonen work. Well, I say it's great. To me, it's great, but taking my bias out of it, I think it's just a solid, good work that made a lot of waves in Japan. And as you can see, the anime is fantastic and all of that. So I definitely recommend Demon Slayer to all of you guys. And I just absolutely love this series. And it's sad to see it done and completed, but I'm definitely going to reread this in the future. And I can't wait for season 2 of the anime. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you think of Demon Slayer, whether it's the anime, whether it's the manga, whether if it's just the journey and the story as a whole. Just let me know, and I'll be looking forward to those comments. So that's going to be it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.